Welcome back to the Fearless Guru is your man's, where we explore the depths of spiritual awareness and divine truth. In this particular episode, we're going to talk about the angels of light, or the act of conscious instruction. If you have a Bible, you can bring it with you and open it up. I'm going to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 3. If not, you can just listen along. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 3, God commands, "Let there be light." In that moment, a profound act of conscious instructions brought light into existence. This declaration of universal consciousness created an eternal phenomenon. The light isn't merely a physical entity, but an aspect of the infinite source that we call God, a reflection of divine will and intention. You see, the word command or commandment is defined as the act of conscious instructions. It invites you to recognize the divine nature of our own consciousness. The Latin word for mental stems from mens, meaning mind, and mind correlates to spirit. Therefore, the mind or spirit is an extension of divine consciousness. The living consciousness and manifestations. In the spiritual realm, everything is alive with consciousness. Even thoughts carry a consciousness, and all consciousness is alive, holding the potential to exist eternally, because energy, once created, cannot be destroyed. If you go to Genesis chapter 32, verse 30, it recounts Jacob's encounter with the angel. In this story, Jacob wrestled with an angel and named the place where he overpowered the angel, the Peniel, which also means the face of God. Why was this name Peniel significant? Jacob created a thought form, an aspect of infinite consciousness through his interactions. Similarly, in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17, we read, "But he who is joined to the Lord becomes one spirit with him." This passage reveals a spiritual truth. By aligning our consciousness with the divine, we become one with infinite consciousness. Death and life as we understand them are merely transitions. Life is mortality. This is the definition of life, so pay attention to this. Life is mortality, moving away from death, while death is immortality, moving away from life. I'm going to repeat that. Life is mortality, moving away from death, while death is immortality, moving away from life. And yet, through these states, we persist as eternal living consciousness within the evolution of infinity. The philosopher Heraclitus eloquently summarized this interplay. He said, "What are men? Mortal gods. What are gods? Mortal men." Now, as for these angels as messengers of divine consciousness, when people experience apparitions, ghosts, or wandering spirits, they often wonder why these phenomena are visible only to them. See, the term angel sheds light on this mystery. In many languages, the word angel translates to messenger. Breaking it down further, the name El means God, while the Sanskrit root of Ang, A-N-G, signifies a constituent part. Thus, an angel is a constituent part of God, a divine aspect sent to convey messages from infinite consciousness. These messengers appear when a deeper connection to the divine is necessary, often bringing profound awareness and guidance. Let me share a transformative moment from my own life. I was around 13 in the 8th grade, and there was a classmate. It was cold out, so it was like November, December. And a classmate charged at me from behind, and his whole intention was to tackle me. And without consciously realizing he was approaching, I inexplicably shifted my body, and he missed me entirely. And what happened was I talking to this young lady. Now again, I'm 13, and I sort of bent a certain way and moved my body, and it was as if something beyond myself had guided my movements. That moment awakened in me a profound understanding. Life is more intricate and interconnected than we perceive. See, many people speak of dying and seeing God in the afterlife, a radiant light that envelops around them. Yet, as profound as this experience is, it might still be just a glimpse of a greater truth. The white light represents the moment where G. Carey says, darkness adopted illumination in order to make itself visible. Perhaps I can shed some light on this subject. And as you read in the Bible, God's commands went out and the aspects of his consciousness appear. Another name for these aspects is called elementals, which means the mind of God. And since mind means spirit, we are back to what the Bible calls the beginning. Light is an elemental aspect of God. So while people claim to temporarily transition to immortals moving away from life, which again is considered death, this proverbial white light is only an aspect of infinite consciousness. It was an act of conscious instructions that created the light consciousness. When God said, let there be light, there was. See, these souls witness a phenomenon, which is the act of conscious instructions manifested as illumination. We see the same phenomenon in the creation of humans, trees, and animals. The implications is that one doesn't see God until they die. I have seen this white light several times in my meditations. It's no biggie. Seeing that light places you in a state of awareness. The light you saw could have been an aspect of your own conscious existence. You are the breath or the mind of the living God, and you exist as a mortal, which is the temple of the living God. So what is the deeper takeaway? The act of conscious instructions. Just as God's word in Genesis manifested light, we too have the power to create through our divine consciousness. The key of spiritual awareness is understanding that we are not separate from this light or the divine. Through conscious instructions, our thoughts, words, and actions, we align with infinite consciousness. We are creators, empowered to manifest divine will in our lives and beyond. So those that set claim that they've seen the great light after death as spiritual beings having a human experience, these people very possibly may have seen their own infinite consciousness or their own infinite self. Remember, your thoughts are alive and eternal. Every conscious act holds the power to create. Angels are divine messengers as a constituent part of the whole. You can manifest these same beings of thought consciousness. You are also part of the whole. So take this awareness into your daily life. Speak, think, and act with the intentionality of conscious instructions. In doing so, you align with the angels of light. Become a vessel for divine expression in this world. I am my daughter's first teacher, and I'm also her first student. Thank you for joining me on this Fearless Guru. If this resonated with you, be sure to like, comment, or subscribe. Together, we can shine the light of consciousness in all we do. Peace.